What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at what is going on with the pre-release for OP-12. The OP-12 pre-release has gone and been revealed. We know about it, we know what's going on, we are delighted about this. So we should go and have a good old chat about it now, shouldn't we? It's coming around, well, the week before OP-12 comes out. So August the 15th to August the 21st, giving you a chance to try out the cards a bit early. And you're going to be able to buy a booster box at the event, which low-key I think is one of the best things about One Piece pre-releases. I adore the fact that they're happy for you to just come along and be like, hey, buy a box. You're not buying 20 boxes or any of that rubbish. You can buy one box. But if you're anything like me, by the time you get to a pre-release, you're so desperate to pick up the cards, then, you get one box and you feel pretty happy about that. So yeah, picking up a box, absolutely brilliant. Only at pre-releases, only one box, still a massive advantage. But as always, the big question here seems to be, what is a pre-release promo going to be? Well, we got ourselves a Koby. We've got regular Koby with a regular border if you turn up. And then we got full art Koby with no border and a pre-release, or a release event winner, I should say, stamp on it to go with it. It's very cool. And once again, if you've been following these videos or you like collecting Japanese magazines because you're trying to learn Japanese, well, this Koby is going to look familiar. What they've gone and done, and frankly, this is something they do quite a bit with One Piece and Bandai, and I think it's an excellent idea. They've gone and given us a magazine promo as our pre-release promo, which I personally think is a really good way round to do it, and I'm a very big fan. Specifically, this was a Koby that came around in Psycho Jump, and it actually came with Chopper-Don. Yeah, that's right. You got 5 copies of the Chopper-Don, and you got yourself the Koby, and this came around in the April issue of Psycho Jump. Although remember, the April issue actually comes out in like February, so it's been out for a little while over in Japan. We're catching up here. And once again, we don't actually get the Japanese version. We get the regular version, which has a white border and is frankly, by a long margin, the worst of them. And then we get the Japanese version, but with pre-release winner stamped on it. We never actually get the same card as Japan. Occasionally it turns up as a promo that has happened before, in like Starter Decks, but generally speaking, we don't get the same card as Japan. We get things a little bit different. Cool. What does this Koby actually do? Well, we got 7 cost, 7,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and on your opponent's turn, this character gets minus 3,000 power. But when attacking, if your leader has the Navy type, their base power becomes 7k until the end of your opponent's next turn. Of course, that's very, very important. By making the base power 7k, it means any other boost that your leader gets will stay on there. So, yeah, awesome. This is obviously designed to be with Koby, and this is what's kind of weird about the fact we always get delays on promos. We never get the promos even the equivalent time Japan does. So when Japan got this, they had just got OP-11 with the Koby leader, so it made perfect sense for this to go around. Getting this with OP-12, it's a set too late. This goes with Koby, not one of the OP-12 leaders. It would arguably make a lot more sense making it a pre-release promo for OP-11. But they didn't. Get over it. But you got 7 cost 7k, and when attacking, you basically get to boost up your leader by 2k, and it is until the end of your opponent's next turn, so every one of their attacks next turn needs an extra 2k to go through, yay! And then, you do get minus 3 power on your opponent's turn, and that's basically saying, look, I know you're annoyed about the fact that I'm bumping up my leader, so as a bit of an apology here, I'm going to be easier, this Koby is going to be easier to take out when it gets to your turn. When it's your turn, you can take out this Koby a little bit more easier than otherwise, and you know what? Okay, that makes perfect sense. It's a very cool promo, we like it. Coming along with that, we also get ourselves the all-color Monkey D. Luffy. It's not a new card, but it is, and I've said this before, and I cover a lot of card games. I play a lot of card games. You guys should know that by now. There is nothing I have seen in any card game as good for pre-releases as this Luffy leader. It is every color, it is every type, every name, every attribute. It doesn't have any extra skills, it's got 5k and 5 life. But you can play any color card with it. Anything that needs a specific leader or a specific type of leader will work here. Your Koby, that if your leader is Navy, we bump up to 7k. Well, wonderful news. Luffy counts as Navy. Gets bumped up to 7k. It's phenomenal. The other thing you get with your pre-releases is your release event pack, where you get 2 random common and uncommon cards from the set with the pre-release stamp. So I've gone and done what I usually go and do, and I've gone and had a look and tried to figure out which cards you really want here. And what we're going to do, because I think this is fun, is go buy new leaders. So the best leader in the set, I think it's a pretty clear number 1. We've got Roanoa Zoro. And the good news is, we've actually got a bunch of Roanoa Zoro cards that are from the new set and are common or uncommon. We've got 4 characters that fit this rather nicely. We have a bunch of rares. Kozuki Hyori, great card in Zoro, it's a rare. Tashigi, great card in Zoro, it's a rare. But we do have ourselves 5 characters, I think I said 4, but it is 5, who are actually going to fit into Zoro and will come in this pre-release pack. Now, one of the better ones here is Koshiro. If your slash attribute character with a cost of 5 or lower, other than this character, is KO'd by an opponent's effect, you can rest this instead. Zoro likes playing slash characters, this protects them, this is awesome. We've then got Kuina, similar kind of thing, of course you'll recognise her from the flashbacks, and we've got an activate main rest this character, rest one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less, and then attach up to 3 rested Don to one of your Roanoa Zoro leaders. Basically what we're doing here is just getting the Don onto Zoro that you want. Remember, Zoro wants 3 Don on there to activate the leader skill. This will do that very, very nicely indeed. I am a rather gigantic fan of this. I think Koshiro and Kuina are the 2 ones I'm really looking at here. But don't sleep on Shimatsuki Kozaburo, because this is another very good card. It's a 2k slash attribute character, they are searchable. And on play, you rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, and then KO one of your opponent's rested characters with an original cost of 1 or less. Very important, you cannot lower cost and then get rid of them, but you can get rid of some weak ones here, it sees a bit of play. We also see Kawamatsu coming into some decks here. Not a great card, but it is a vanilla with a 2k counter, so there's an argument. And also Nekomamushi, which is another vanilla with a 2k counter. You can play cards that search out slash attribute characters, so slash attribute with 2k, we kind of get it. Not my favourites, but they are there. Second best leader in OP-12 is probably Silver's Rayleigh. And annoyingly, we don't have any characters here that really seem to be staples in this deck that are gettable in these pre-release packs. But we do have some event cards. So, to feel no doubts, that is true strength, a common. 0 cost, give 2 active Don to your Silver's Rayleigh. And when that card attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate blocker. And as a counter, one of your characters or Rayleigh gets a 2k bump for the battle. Cool card, sees a bunch of play. Remember, Rayleigh, you need to actually show 2 red events to activate the skill, so red events become important. Observation Haki is an uncommon. It lets you attach an active Don to your Silver's Rayleigh. It's not a good thing, you could have done that anyway. But then you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, find a red event or a character of a cost of 3 or more and add it to your hand, and then put the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. And then we got another Haki here, which is Armament Haki. Again, you have to attach an active Don to your Silver's Rayleigh, but then your leader or one of your characters gains a 1k bump, and as a counter, one of your characters or Rayleigh gets a 2k bump. Now, Sanji is also a viable leader. It's not as good as Rayleigh or Zoro, but it is there. And there are a couple of cards we can fit in here. Again, no characters, I'm sorry. But we do have Brichette Blow, a free cost, and if the number of Don cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw a card and one of your opponent's characters gets minus 3k. That'll work. And we've got Konkasa here. If your leader is Sanji, draw a card. And if you've got 4 or more events in your trash as a counter, you get a 4k bump. Only to your leader, but still, that's not too shabby. That's it, unfortunately, but we do at least have those couple. And then Kazan is proving to be a viable leader, not absolutely stunning by any stretch, but viable. And we've got some cards that fit in here as well. We've got ourselves Don Quixote Rocinante. If a blue navy character leaves the field due to your opponent's effect, you can instead rest it and trash a card from your hand. Great for protecting your characters. We've got ourselves Hina. It's got a 2k counter, and you can rest it as an activate main and trash a card from your hand to stop your opponent blocking of a 4 cost or less, which seems pretty gosh darn good to me. We've got Zephyr. On play, trash 2 cards from your hand, but remember your leader Kazan will then allow you to draw 2, which makes it good. It's got counter plus 2k, and activate main, trash this character to bump a 5 cost or less to the owner's hand. And then Ice Block Pheasant Beak. As a counter, one of your leader or characters gets a 4k bump for the battle and then trash a card from your hand. But remember, Kazan will let you draw to replace it. And as a trigger, trash a card from your hand and draw a card. My point I'm making here is there are a bunch of cards that fit into these 4 decent OP-12 decks, all of which are available as pre-release promos. They're the ones you should be looking out for. For me personally, there is a Bello Betty, and I do like the Revolutionary Army. There's a bunch of characters I really like Koala, Tashigi, Perona, but they're all rare or super rare. And I actually really like the yellow Zorro. Just the art on this one is absolutely lovely. And I got a 3-year-old at home who likes Zorro, so they're the 2 I think I'm going to be hoping for. But I've told you all about it now, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you want from this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then the usual deal, do please make sure you leave a comment and a like. It means so much more now with the new YouTube algorithm. You've been helping me out a lot, and I would appreciate it. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching What's He Plays.